All right, the ORACION SEIS is one of the more difficult forms of content in Fairy Tail Fierce Fight, and today we're going to be talking about how to take on Hoteye, what are his mechanics, what do you need to do to take on higher extreme difficulty levels, and stuff like that. Previously, I showed you guys how to do Brain and Cobra. I will be showing you guys how to do Racer eventually, and then when and if Angel and Midnight come out, I will show you how to do them as well. But here, let's go ahead and enter into this here for Hoteye. You can see that you have normal, you have hard, and then you have extreme. And now extreme can go very, very high. Right now, we are only on extreme 5, and I have yet to beat extreme 5 to get to extreme 6 because you need something called willpower. So if you go into it right here, you'll be able to see suggested willpower is 50. My current willpower is 30. If you have less than the recommended willpower, you will do less damage. If you have more than the recommended willpower, you'll do more damage. And if you have the right amount, you'll do normal damage. So keep that in mind when you guys are taking on these extreme stages. So what does that mean for me? I should not be taking on extreme 5 right now. The highest I should be taking on is extreme 4, and I should probably be repeating that multiple days in a row until I'm eventually at a high enough alliance level to increase my overall willpower, because as you increase your alliance level, you will be able to increase your willpower, and then you'll be able to take on higher levels of extreme difficulty, which is pretty cool. Okay, so let's go back into Hoteye here. There is a little bit more to go over before we fully get into this. So if we go into the battle details again, you will see that they have boss traits on the left hand side. For Hoteye, Hoteye is a wizard that is immune to magic. So that means there are magic wizards and there's physical wizards. If you look on the right hand side at my characters here, I'll actually pull my mouse over here. You can see my characters. And you'll see that Jalal, Mira Jane, and Loki are all going to be red characters. And then if you look at Gildarts, though, he's blue. If you look at Ursa, she's blue. Any character that is blue is a magic type wizard, meaning Hoteye will be immune to them. And any wizard that is red is a physical type wizard, and that wizard will be able to do damage to Hoteye. So make sure you're using the right wizards on each stage. And then it says pay attention to the vortex on the ground, which is where he leaves vortexes on the ground behind him or wherever he puts them. And then also when the enemy is in the insanity status, remember to control it. So when he's in insanity status, you want to basically avoid his attacks, and you can also do damage to him at the same time. You guys will see what I mean when we get into this here. I do need to switch the difficulty back to extreme 4 though, because I might be able to be extreme 5 with lower willpower, but it would just be like significantly harder. So like it's really hard. Keep that in mind. But with having 30 willpower and only suggested 20, this should actually be fairly easy. Also, last but not least, before we hop into this, remember that once you use 3 wizards for the day, you cannot use them again. Whether you're trying to take on Brain later or Cobra later, if you use them on Hoteye, you will not be able to use them again on any of the ORACION SEIS, so just keep that in mind. Now, I don't personally I'm not worried about that because I got plenty of like decently strong characters. So I'm going to go ahead and just use my top characters for the sake of this video. And let's go ahead and hop into it. Because I am using my top characters, this is probably going to go fairly quick compared to like what you might normally see. But look at just how fast we are deleting bars from this guy. Okay, he's already reached insanity status because we've done too much damage too quickly. So I want to get away from him. We did an extra attack right there. I am running this on auto, so do not get hit by those rocks. They hurt a lot. If you go to where the previous one was, you'll avoid getting hit. Okay, we don't need to keep attacking with Jalal anymore. We can go ahead and use Mira Jane. And he's going to enter insanity right away again because we've just killed him way too quickly, honestly. Okay, I don't want to get hit by these. Okay, so there's an example of how much damage you'll take. So be careful of that. Like literally can almost one-shot a character if you're not careful. You'll do this 4 times on the second time around. Okay, and that should be all of it. Now we can go back to fighting him. We'll switch in Loki right here. And boom, there we go. And I could have probably done that with like no damage and without having Mira Jane almost die if I just evaded that one. Now that's part of the disadvantage of playing on auto like I was right there. I do recommend, if you can, not doing these on auto. But this is just Extreme 4, and my willpower is so high I wasn't really too worried about using auto. But it is a little bit easier to take on these stages without doing auto. So that is Hoteye in a nutshell. I feel like Hoteye is definitely one of the easier ORACION SEIS members to take on. And so hopefully that will help you guys out and give you guys an idea of what you need to do, how to avoid his insanity attacks and stuff like that. And you can see the damage there from my characters. But yeah, he just absolutely pops off. And the level that Hoteye is at is 63, whereas I'm only at 57. So that also gives you guys an idea of how high you need your characters to be leveled and whatnot, where you should be at in the progression of your account. You get some really nice rewards from this as well. And those chests have a chance to drop you multiple useful things. Have they ever really dropped me very useful things? I'll be honest, not yet, but hopefully maybe in the future. A lot of this stuff though is for later, like late game progression, like second origin and stuff like that. You'll need some of these items, so you want to make sure you're actually working on ORACION SEIS as soon as you unlock it, because you are going to need that stuff in late game. But that is Hoteye in a nutshell. You know what? I'm going to show you guys one more time. Let's try Extreme 5. I want you guys to see Extreme 5 and how hard it can be before we end off this video. So we're going to go like this, we're going to go like this. These two are fairly strong. Makarov's decent, right? I wish I had saved my strongest characters now. I didn't think I was going to do Extreme 5, but I want you guys to see it. Oh man, I'm doing this on auto too. That's like such a bad idea. But I'm trying it. It's fine. He's immune to stuns, by the way, so keep that in mind. Alright, we're switching Angel. Angel's doing some work here. We need to get away from him. You can see the stuff he's about to do. Alright, and you'll see our friend here probably take a bit of damage. Yep. Alright, we'll switch in Makarov. Get his Fairy Law going. We're actually doing pretty well. I thought this would be harder. Typically it is harder. But I guess raising my willpower 10 since the last time I did this has helped. Alright, so we'll go like this. Angel's also kind of a beast, not gonna lie. We'll go like this. And boom. One more. So I guess this is an example of you can beat it with lower willpower. It just takes a little bit more. And he does a lot more damage to you too if you're not careful. There we go. Okay. Extreme 5 cleared. For the first time. You guys saw it here. I'm surprised. I bet you if I was to take on something that required more willpower though, I would definitely struggle. But that wasn't too terrible. Cobra definitely carried my damage. I think Angel did a bit too. Considering she was only out for a limited amount of time, she did pretty well. But there we go. The clear rewards, and those are, once again, very nice rewards for endgame once you guys start to get to that point. And it is still willpower 50, so I could probably potentially still continue doing this. But I think I'm running out of physical characters that are halfway decent. So I'll probably wait for another day. And what that means is I'll move on to like another character and work on them for a little bit. And then come back to Hoteye when the reset happens and I can use my characters again. Because if you look at the characters you have used are grayed out and they are no longer able to be used, like I said before. So that is it for the video, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please consider going down there, hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button. And thank you guys so much for watching. Peace.